Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike at TTK Small Engine Repair. I'm working on an MS201TC. I mentioned in one of my videos earlier that I was going to do a muffler mod and advance the timing on this, I believe. So I did that. I did it unlike others. I took my side cover off, which opens up my muffler. Then you remove this screw, use a little screwdriver right there, push in and pry up. This cover here comes out. Then you just take your saw, tip it upside down. You got two screw holes here. Take those two bolts out in there. Your muffler will slide out. Now I did this one differently than what you're going to see on most YouTube videos purposely. Once I got the muffler out, I found a lot of carbon on the muffler, and then I looked down into where the muffler was sitting. I could see buildup on the exhaust port on the cylinder head. And to give you an idea, that is a piece of carbon that came out of the cylinder head. Now that is a good size. That's just one of many pieces that I took out of that. Get my camera to focus here. Cylinder head. So once the muffler was out, I had to take this cover off, which wraps around the whole unit, top and top and bottom. To take this cover off, excuse me, there are two screw holes there. Take those out, come back around, take this screw out. This is a retaining screw to hold the spark plug wire in place. Then I came up here, pop this cover off from around my boot. Be very gentle with that. Just take a screwdriver here, and there's a spot back under that boot you can't see. Once you get this black cover off, that exposes the four little bolts that hold the boot in. This is bolted directly to the head. This is where your carburetor mounts once it's all back together. And then take that off the head. This whole piece will slide back off, where you can expose the exhaust port in that whole cylinder head. Now make sure your piston is in the up position when you do this. I had to be very gentle. You do not want to scratch or score the piston, but there's no sense of doing a muffler modification if we're going to leave all this carbon in there. And like I said, I had 3 times this amount. So I got that all cleaned up and then went at my muffler. I took the spark arrestor out. Most of your videos, you're going to see where they just drilled a hole in the side of the muffler where I have this pipe. That's okay. They're not right, they're not wrong, and I'm not wrong the way that I did mine. Both options will work and work very well. I just chose to not have to cut a lot out of my side cover here, and I wanted the heat to come outside of this cover and not filter around inside. So I drilled a hole, then I ground the lip of this pipe a little bit and tapped it down inside the muffler. Now we're welding very thin metal here, and I had my welder set on, electric welder set on A and 2, but I welded the pipe into place. Then I reinstalled the muffler after everything was cleaned up, and then if I can do this side plate, I've been having troubles getting it on there. There we go. So when I'm all done, this is what it looks like. Instead of the exhaust being way back here coming out of that muffler, I've got it coming to the outside of the cover on this chainsaw. So this should be a lot cooler in this area here versus if I had to put a pipe in there. You got that exhaust floating all over in this area right here, and it's not getting a direct flow out from the engine. As well, what I did, if I can get this top cover back off, I took where the hot spots are on this cover and put silver heating tape in there to help keep it from melting the plastic, you can see she gets hot, the brown spots there. It was darker down in this area here. So that should help that a lot. But anyway, gang, that's the muffler job, muffler modification on an MS201TC. And that's going to work good. This will improve its overall performance. By the time I advance the timing, I'm hoping this saw will rip. I'm not going to port and polish that head and clean that up at this time. We may do that at a later date. Anyway, this is Mike at TTK Small Engines. If you have any questions on anything that I ever do that you see me doing, give me a call at 731-298-1702. I can normally answer most questions over the phone, guide you through anything. As a matter of fact, I had a nephew of mine call me from Louisiana the other day, and I walked him through removing a carburetor off a generator, disassembling it, what to look for, how to clean out the carburetor so that he could put it back on and get it running. And once he was done, he texted me, he said everything fired up immediately on first pull. So we're here to help if we can, and in any way we can. Hopefully this video for this muffler mod on this 201 has been helpful. Again, here at TTK Small Engine Repair, I do not work on zero turns and riding lawnmowers. I do not work on recreational vehicles such as ATVs, go-karts, motorcycles, boat motors, etc. We do just about everything else, to include sharpening chainsaw chains, lawnmower blades, etc. Please feel free to visit our Facebook page. You're going to find all kinds of videos there, as well as customer reviews, etc. As well, if you have any old equipment that you need to dispose of, please give us a call. We'll take that off your hands. You're welcome to drop it off here. Always call first, though, before dropping anything off. I spent over an hour today out chasing after parts for that chainsaw, and some other items. So a lot of my parts I order in because I have two great suppliers or vendors, but once in a while you have to go outside to get some of your parts. For example, the steel tubing, I didn't have that in my inventory, but I wanted to do this different than what I was seeing them do on YouTube, and I wanted it to blow that exhaust away from the motor, not allow any of it to circulate in this area here and increase the heat. But anyway, that's what we've got. Yes, the weld job stinks, but I guarantee that pipe's not coming out of there, and it'll do the trick. So actually, you're working with two different types of metals. This muffler metal is really thin, and you can see the thickness of the pipe I put in there to open that up. Anyway, gang, we appreciate your business. We appreciate the relationships we're developing. Matter of fact, I met a good old friend today from way back when we used to work together at U-Haul, and Greg Young from Lawton. He lives out in California now, but he's back in town for about 3 weeks. Greg, appreciate the business you brought me today. Glad things are going well in your life. Hopefully we get some more rain. Hopefully this humidity goes away. Everybody, you have any questions or concerns, give me a call at 731-298-1702. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.